All right, guys, we're among the Stones here with Dylan Hallmat. Tell us a little about yourself.
Dylan Hallmat, 40 years old. I compete in Arm Lifting USA, grip sport, and strongman in the 100 kilogram weight class. I've been doing it for, I'd say, almost a year, probably a little less than a year since August. Been doing arm lifting, and then a little bit somewhere last summer, I'd say, started into strongman. But before all of that, I was in the gym, just doing the whole typical, just want to build muscle and, look good, feel good. And then I kind of wish I did strongman and got into grip sport, earlier, because the numbers might have been higher than what they are now. So,
Yep. Yeah, we kind of started pretty late too. Honestly, I'm 37 and I only started lifting heavy a couple years, not even 2 years ago, a little over 2 years. No, not even. It'll be 2 years, like what, this September or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, right on.
I can only deadlift like 275 when we started. So,
Oh man, I know. Same here. Like, and that's the bad thing about me. Like, whenever I was going into the gym, just to, I guess if you want to call it bodybuilding, um, I would always neglect deadlifting and squatting, just like the big compound movements, mostly just squatting and deadlifting. Everything else I would do, just packed on some muscle and I was happy about it. But now I'm like regretting it. So like that's one of the many things that I tell young people. I'm just like, dude, if you're getting into this sport, get into all of it and see which one you like as early as possible. Don't wait until the last minute, because when you do, you're just pretty much shooting yourself in the foot as far as like making big numbers and making huge progress and whatnot.
yep, that's why we love grip sport, because Ode Haugen's still doing it, and you
Yeah.
can get into it when you're old and still do pretty well.
Oh yeah. I'm telling you, like after when my days are numbered when it comes to strongman, and if I can't do it, um, you know, it's definitely going to be grip sport until the end of time, because that's something that you can easily do. It's, I guess you could say somewhat low impact on the body as compared to strongman.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, worst that can happen is it falls out of your hand.
Yeah, exactly.
You rip a
Exactly.
blister open and that's about it.
Yeah. Compared to all the other injuries you see in strongman and whatnot. It's like I'm trying to avoid that at the age of 40. It's like, yeah, as you get older, your healing process just slows down. It's like the movie Logan. You see Wolverine, he's just like an old man, and you're like, man, that's what life seems like as an old person.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
So they say father
So,
time never loses.
oh yeah, it's against us, fellas. I mean, it's crazy, but I enjoy every second of it, and I wouldn't trade it in for anything.
Nice.
Awesome.
So you started pretty late. What made you want to compete? What motivated you to get going and start doing this?
Well, I basically, just to backtrack, I started lifting when I was like the age of 15. And in my 20s and 30s, I was on again, off again, as far as just going to the gym. Finally, in 2011 or 12, I got real serious, after I started gaining weight, and, I had like the whole skinny fat body type going. I was like, no, this is not going to work out. And I just had a moment of clarity and said, I've got to be consistent and just go right into it, headstrong, and never quit, and just be consistent. I don't have to go in like 7 days a week or something like some bodybuilder, but I did it and I saw much progress. And then in 2021, I saw a lot of people out on Instagram. Dude that I know named Aaron Blackford was doing the strongman thing.
Mhm.
And I got hooked, and I'm just like, man, that looks like so much fun as compared to just going to the gym for about an hour or two and just coming back home, and you're like, okay, it just seems so monotonous. And then this is, it's just so much more fun. And then a couple of months later, I seen that Chad Clark, who also lives in this area, he was putting on the Arm Lifting USA Super Series, and it had already come and gone in August. And I was just curious as like, what is this? And I've known Chad for a couple of years. We went to the same gym back in the day, around 2013, 14. And I, got in touch with him, and I said, hey man, what's this arm lifting thing? Like, what does it consist of? And he, gave me some references, some YouTube videos, and instantly I was hooked. And he said, we're having another one, the Super Series Part 2 in December of 2021, if you want in. So I said, sure, what implements are you guys using so I can like be proactive and get used to it? I don't want to go in here, just like as a first timer, not knowing what I'm doing, which, regardless, it's still welcome. You don't have to be a world-class lifter, but, I didn't want to go in there not knowing what I was doing. And I wanted to see like where I stand as far as my numbers. So I bought the Rolling Thunder, the Pinch Block, and then the Hub with the Captains of Crush 2 package. And then I just started chipping away at it. And originally I had thought in December I was going to do the Super Series 2, but a buddy of ours, Jay Ripley, ended up having a competition up in Harrisonburg, and he was promoting it, and Chad was helping him promote it. So I saw that on Facebook, and I was like, wow, I want to do this. Let me try this first and see what happens, to make sure I'm not embarrassing myself or anything like that. And I went in and, surprisingly did well. I didn't place on the podium or anything like that, but just seeing my numbers and how I did, I was instantly hooked. And it's not so much the sport itself, but the group of people. Like I've met some amazing people like in this sport when it comes to not only strongman, but the whole grip sport, arm lifting USA, just so many great people. And, you come across a bunch of people and you're just like, wow, this is an awesome group of people. It's like a family, rather than just athletes or friends doing a sport. It seems like family.
100% agree.
But yeah, I love it, man.
Yeah, it's been one of the coolest things to do. I mean, we've been able to travel and go around some of the big names in the sport too, and they just welcome you in open arms. And it's like you said, just like family, brotherhood. It's a lot of fun. Everybody's just out there having fun. They don't care if you're a beginner or if you're a professional. It's let's get better together. So
exactly. And I totally felt that, not just from only the competitions, but again, Chad Clark had promoted the Arnold Sports Festival, and Arm Lifting USA was doing the invites on a Friday and Saturday up in Ohio, and Sunday they were having an open day for just anybody. And he was promoting it, and he said, hey, whoever wants to come down, this is a great opportunity to get the feel of like the Arnold, meet a bunch of cool people, see a bunch of great events, kind of immerse yourself, get your feet wet, see what it's like, and meet all the people from Arm Lifting USA that are invited and that also work for Arm Lifting USA. So I got to meet like Ode, Ricardo, Bill Weiss, a bunch of great people. Yeah. Oh, and I just, awesome. The best thing about it was just witnessing like some of these monsters like of grip, like you've got David LeBay, you got Carl Myerscough. I mean, like I was up front row, like watching Carl like get that record. I think it was on the Apollon's Axe and then the Saxon bar, and it just blew my mind. I'm like, man, this dude's giant. Yeah. And he's like a gentle giant, him and David LeBay, just so soft spoken, chill dudes. They seem so intimidating. And it was hilarious because I was like, listen, guys, I was like, I got to get a picture with each of you because this is amazing. And like, I took a picture with both, and I felt like, I was just looking up at them. I was like, man, I feel like an infant, like next to these dudes.
Yeah. We've been lucky. Ricardo's visited us at our gym and just worked out. So
right on. You guys, you guys are in, is it Oregon or are you guys in Washington?
We're in Washington. We're just
Washington State. Okay.
10 miles north of Portland, Oregon. So.
Oh, okay, cool, man.
Yeah. We're kind of the West Coast group, the Pacific Northwest crew.
Hey, you're talking to a fellow West Coaster as well, man. I used to live in Southern California and San Diego from 86 to about 99. And then we ended up just moving to Virginia because my pops found a new job and we had family here on his side. So, but I miss it, man. I miss the West Coast, especially the beaches.
Yeah,
for sure.
They're not the same up north than they are in Southern California. That's for sure, though.
As far as the surf and whatnot, because I used to do that back in my teen years, just surf and whatnot for fun. And the waves are just totally different, even on the East Coast as well. When I moved here in 99, I was just like, all right, let's go to the beach, let's go surfing, go to Virginia Beach, nothing, Myrtle Beach, nothing. The waves are just baby waves. I'm like, what is this, man?
Exactly. So, what do you consider your greatest athletic achievement?
Oh man, I should have brought it upstairs with me to the other room, but the most recent strongman competition that I did up in Martinsburg, West Virginia, um, took first place in that. Ended up winning a cool Vikings axe. If
Nice.
you go to
That's
my
awesome.
if you go to my Instagram, you'll see a few pictures of it. It was just recent, like at the end of April, so I was super stoked. Like in it, especially in the masters class that I ended up just going out doing that and ended up getting first place and ended up getting that axe. Like I wasn't even expecting it. They were giving out Thor's hammers as well, which were like, small hammers and whatnot. But the owner came out with the axe, he's just like, Dylan Hallmat, first place in the, masters class. And I was like, all right, sweet, thinking I'm gonna get okay, a little Thor's hammer, cool. He comes out with this big axe, and I'm just like, whoa, is that for me? And he's just like, no, I'm just joking. And I'm like, come on, man, let me get that axe. And then he's like, no, no, no. He's like, we were debating on giving this to you, but yeah, well deserved. I was like, all right, cool.
That's
That's
awesome.
So yeah, it was spectacular. It was like just amazing.
Man, that's awesome. Really cool.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, I think Adams won a couple trophies at a couple of grip contests, and it took me like about a year to win my first one. It wasn't as cool as the big axe you won, but man, winning a trophy at any grip contest, it feels darn good because it's a lot of hard
Oh
work.
yeah.
It's
Oh,
cool.
definitely, man. It definitely. I mean, you think about like, regardless of what you win, you win first, second, or third. I mean, you're just like, wow, I made it up here from all the hard work that I made, and all the sacrifices and all the time I put in, and like I'd mentioned to you, Frank, about the like the low vision thing that I've had ever since I was a child. And you think about things like that, and you're like, wow, I've overcome everything, and conquered this event, what I've always dreamed of, and hopefully to keep going further with it.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that I was talking to you about, or on Instagram about, that if anybody is out there wanting to, we all have our problems. We have at least one problem in life that sets us back from something, be it physically or mentally, whatever it is. Whatever, and my message to like anybody is, whatever you've got, just do what you want to do. Don't let it hold you back. Like if you've got like a disability or something like that, don't let it hold you back. Do what you want. Do what feels good. You want to go out and conquer by, lifting weights or being a bodybuilder or being a strongman or a powerlifter. Do it. Do it. Don't let it hold you back. Don't let anybody's negative remarks or, negative words hold you back. Do it, before it's too late, because, time, time on earth is too short. So you might as well. You don't want to be at the end of your rope and saying, I wish I did that,
Yeah.
So
Just living a life, no regrets, for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely, man.
So on the opposite spectrum, just for fun, what do you consider your greatest blunder, blooper, and or injury?
Oh man. I would say when I started getting back into weightlifting and whatnot around 2012 or 13, I was that type where it's like, okay, I got to go to the gym every day. I just like Arnold and just like all these big name dudes, they're in the gym for hours. And I was not getting any feedback from anybody because I always like to just keep to myself, just do my own thing. And my problem, we all have the misconception when we're young too, like, hey, if you always do bench, it's the best thing in the world, Monday, bench day, it's like, I got to get a big barrel chest. There's just some huge misconception about it. And like, everyone's so obsessed with it. And I'm just like,
that was my high school.
Yeah.
That was my high school years, man. All I got to do is bench and bicep curls, man.
Yeah. Every day was bench and biceps, arm day, pretty much. And
this dude was benching 350 in high school.
Good God. You're a monster. I wish I could do that. I was trying to bring my numbers up and just
That's all they were doing.
That's all I was doing was bench.
try to bring the barrel chest up and whatnot. And then I paid the price for that because I jumped up on a diff machine and hit triceps, and all of a sudden somehow like my rotator cuff just blew out. Like it felt like it blew out. Thank goodness I didn't have to get surgery. But man, I came home and I couldn't, like, I had to tell my girlfriend at the time, and I was just like, oh, I can't take my hoodie off. Please help me take my hoodie off. Dude, it sucked. I was so scared, and I was like
awful.
I was like in my mid 20s or somewhere around there. And I was just like, man, I was like, I messed up big time. And I just started doing research, and I was like, okay, well, I got to start picking people's brains and whatnot, and told them about it. And a lot of people were like, bro, what you're doing is bad. You're neglecting your rear delts.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of people neglecting it, like leg day or something. You're just neglecting some of these other muscles, and it's just basically pulling forward and just like, crippling you on that side. And that was a huge blunder. Learn from that mistake. And I pass it along to anybody that says, oh, my rotator cuff hurts, or I've had an issue with it, it didn't snap or anything like that, but it just feels bad. It's like, dude, are you working rear delts? Make sure you're doing that.
Yeah, exactly. Work the backside too, man.
Are you only benching?
Yeah, exactly. It's like work everything. Don't neglect it, or otherwise you'll pay the price when you get older.
I remember in high school, my buddy's like, hey, heard about a program or a workout. If you do biceps, it's only about a 4-hour workout, but we'll do bicep curls. You should gain about an inch on your biceps.
Yep.
So being stupid, we're like, yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah, that's how we were too.
And worst idea ever. I don't think I could lift my water bottle the next day to like drink out of it. I'm like, just give me one of those, 4-foot long loopy straws and it'll be fine.
Yeah, I was one of those guys too, man. I would always neglect, like the other important muscles, and especially leg day. I just like, oh, leg day sucks. It's like I don't feel like doing it. You know what? Let's just go hit chest or biceps, man. Screw it. It's like now I get a lot of slack from it. It's just like, especially from my dad, like, your calves are small. It's like genetics, okay? Genetics. He's like, yeah. Pops. Yeah, exactly. He's like, yeah, right. My calves are nice and big. Yours is not. It's like, all right, whatever, Pops. It's like, damn.
Luckily, we're the opposite. We lived for leg day. The contest was, let's see if you can walk up the stairs when you're done and hopefully not like fall.
Yeah, hold on to the railing or just have someone help you out. It's just like, you got to help me. I feel like an old man now. I can hardly walk. Bring me a walker.
Can I get the elevator, please?
Yeah. Oh, it's the truth, man.
So as you're getting into grip sport more and doing strongman, what is one of your current major athletic goals?
Oh, definitely bring that deadlift up, man. Bring it up. Like everything else, I'm decent or really good at, but when it comes to deadlift, which will definitely carry over to the Apollon's axe. Like at the Arnold, I ended up hitting 308, which I was just surprised because I couldn't break 300 like for a good while on that axe. And I'm just like, am I going to hit 300? Am I going to hit 300? And a lot of people have told me, they're like, dude, you're a different animal when it comes to working out at home versus being in a competition. So when it's like in a competition, oh, I'm loud. I'm like, they called me the East Coast Will Giuliani because he is so hyped up when it comes to competition. Awesome. Yeah, oh, he's hilarious. He had me cracking up at the Arnold because he was just super hyped. The crowd was getting into it. And then when it was my turn,
chatting with him pretty soon.
Oh, right on. I love.
Yeah, he reached out to us. He wants to be on the channel too, so that'll be a fun one for sure.
Nice. Oh, definitely. Yeah, I love Will. Yeah. He's definitely got the energy and whatnot. So, when the openers were up the next day, I had some rain running through my blood, because they were giving out like free rain energy drinks one after another. And I was like, all right, sweet, and then that smelling salt and then the atmosphere and where I'm at. Oh man, that 308 came like that. And I was just like, did I hit 308? So definitely the deadlift, because right now, and nobody out there laugh, I mean, I'm having a tough time break 400 on the deadlift. just
Yeah.
like, on a regular compound deadlift. So, I'm trying, and it's chipping away little by little and getting better. So just thanks to good people out there,
I'm
like
right there with you,
Chad.
man.
Yeah, once you hit
Yeah.
once you get it to a pretty heavy weight, like right around there, it starts to slow down, like the progress quite a bit. Like I said,
Oh, yeah.
Adam and I started at like 275, and we both hit 422 on an elephant bar.
Oh man.
And I've hit
Mammoth bar,
411 for a double, and I hit 560 on a silver dollar deadlift, but that starts like up at the knees. But that one surprised me because like I don't know if I could redo that. That again was at a competition, and I was pretty excited and pumped up. So
Yeah.
and then I think we both hit like 460 on a trap bar,
Yeah.
the high handle.
Nice. Yeah.
So like once you get close to 400 pounds, right around 400 pounds, getting to 500, it's
Rough.
It's a slow journey. Takes a lot of work. You got to get stronger everywhere, and that's what we're trying to do.
I think I tried 4 straight weeks to hit over 300 pounds on the axle, so I know how you feel. Yeah, I was at 297, 296, could do it. I couldn't hit over 300.
Yeah, he's hit 308, same number you hit.
Then I hit 308 competition, the 20th anniversary of the Northwest Rolling Thunder competition that Todd Beecraft and Odd Haugen started, and Todd came over and was judging it actually, and I hit 308 when he was judging my lift, so that was really cool.
Nice.
And then
the 21st anniversary of that one's actually this month. We're doing that contest on the 29th. Yeah, we're gonna.
Is that the car one?
Yeah, we're gonna be deadlifting the car from Death Proof. Well, some of us will be. It's like Jeff says, it's about 600 pounds in the hand, so a couple of monsters will be deadlifting it and holding it for time. So
nice.
It's gonna be pretty awesome.
Yeah, and then I did 422 on the Mammoth bar for deadlift, and I didn't hit over 400 pounds before that, and that was a competition, and I think I passed out halfway going up, and then woke up, and then the ref's like down, and I'm like, oh, I made it to the top.
Yeah, that's the same way with me. Just on a regular power bar at home, I'm just I can hardly hit 400, and then at the strongman competition I recently did on a Mammoth bar with wagon wheels, it was about like 435, and the next attempt it was Wessel's rules, and it's like, well, what do you want? And I was like, okay, well, what is it? They're like, you can either move up 90 pounds more or 50 pounds, and I was like, give me the 50 pounds. I want to just inch my way up and just do something small at the last attempt. And they're like, okay. So it was like 485, and I was like, couldn't get it. And I was like, okay, well, I hit 435, but it was on the Mammoth bar. All right. Then I hit silver dollar deadlifts one day in the gym with a buddy of mine, and I hit like, I don't know, like 635 or something like that. Nice. And I was like, what the heck is going on? But at home, it's like, I can't break this 400 off the ground. What's going on? Someone help, give me a miracle. So
my buddy literally told me, he goes, don't stop pulling till you pass out. I go, all right, deal.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I've done the same thing and heard the same thing too. And each time I do it, it's like, I'll have like music playing, and you'll hear like the music and everything around you just at a regular pace, and then all of a sudden, like once you're like about to like full lockout, you start hearing it slow down. It's like it's like, okay, I feel like my eyes are about to go in the back of my head. I'm about to pass out now. So
we had a pretty big guy behind us. I'm like, well, at least he'll catch me if I go, so it won't be that bad.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
a monster catching people, that helped.
Oh yeah.
He is a monster too.
Yeah.
His name's Alex Beefy Gordito on Instagram, but he's definitely worth a follow. He doesn't train grip specifically, at all. But the first grip contest he entered was the one that had the inch lift high pull as the bonus.
Oh, okay. All right.
And his first, so I think that was Super Series Part 2 or something. Yeah, and he lifted it to 37 inches first time.
Nice. Right on. Yeah, there's a lot of beasts that you see out there, just on like even people that you just don't know on Instagram. So I'm gonna have to get that name from you, because I like following different people who are doing the same thing as we're doing, because it just gives you motivation. Like when you see someone like other huge grip monsters are like Zach Mullins, like that dude is a monster. Like when it comes to grip, like
Yeah.
he'll literally take like two 45-pound plates, all right, from the ground, and he'll, it's deep dish, and he'll flip it up where it's like it'll be like this, and then in midair he'll catch the hubs of it, and I'm like, dude, what the heck? It's like if I did that, I'd be like smashing my foot or all, off balance and
Dislocate my
uncoordinated.
pinky.
Yeah,
Smashing it
exactly.
right into the damn plate. It's like, nah.
Yeah.
It's like I'll have to give that a try, but like maybe in my yard or something like that, so I don't like bang up the garage floor or something.
That's
Oh,
what
man.
we do.
The grip
Yeah.
legends, it's ridiculous watching them do that kind of stuff. It's awesome.
Oh yeah. And then you got someone like Adam Glass who's just like taking like a Thomas Inch, and he's just like he's just juggling it. He's just going from like hand to
Yep,
hand.
just
It's
left
like,
and
whoop,
right, no
whoop.
problem.
Yeah.
Him
It's like,
and Tanner Merkel, their farmers walk for inches are awesome.
yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Tanner Merkel is, good gosh. It's like, he's like always on the top of the list. It's like, is there gonna be someone that's gonna like move up in his spot or what? It's like you got to bring your A game when it comes to him.
Well, he's having enough fun where now he's going up to the 110 kilo class at like 110.2 just for the fun of it.
Well, good. He's not in my class. That'll give me a chance to move up a little bit more.
Yeah, he'll drop back down.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of plate juggling, I saw Gil Goodman hub a 45, throw it up, clap, and then catch it with the other hand before it going to the ground. That's absurd.
That's insane. Hey, pretty soon we're gonna see. Yeah, we're gonna see these dudes just like spinning on their finger like a basketball, like they're the Harlem Globetrotters or something like that. It's like, man, it's like, show me the way, please.
But that North Texas crew is pretty awesome. We actually went and competed at King Kong with all those guys at Adam's house. So
right on.
They're
cool guys.
They're all really cool guys. I mean, first day we got in early just so we could tour Dallas Stadium. I've been a Cowboys fan my whole life, so I was like, oh, we got to go there. And plane tickets were like half price if we went Thursday compared to Friday. So we're like, let's just go and have an extra day, which was awesome because we ended up going to F1 racing on Friday in Austin as well. But we get in Thursday and we're posting that we're at Cowboy Stadium, and Adam Glass messaged us. He's like, hey, you guys are in town early. What the heck? When'd you get here? He's like, come over to my house, so I'll do steak dinner for you.
Oh, heck yeah.
We just went over and hung out, and he's like, hey, saw you were in town early. Why don't you come and hang out? He's like, I didn't plan on hosting anybody, but you guys are here, so stop at the store, get some steak, I'll cook it, and we'll have a good time. So
right on. Cool. Which part of Texas does he live in? Because I've got a sister who lives up in Texas.
He lives out in
Weatherford.
So just east of Fort Worth, or just west of Fort Worth.
Oh, nice. Okay, not too far off from where her family's at. So if I ever go visit, I'll definitely have to hit him up because I definitely love collaborating with different people and whatnot, and just learning from them. Like, when you hang out like with someone who can lift more than you or who's got more experience than you, it's a huge blessing. And then it's something you want to pass on to someone who's like starting out or who can't lift as much, so, it's like paying it forward pretty much.
Yeah. I think the most shocking thing that I noticed when we visited Adams was he has like 12 things that he uses for grip. And that's about it. Where we have like, I don't know, 200 things right there.
Yeah,
it's just
that's the same way with me.
But same way with me. He has a very limited number. I think he, over time, I mean, obviously he's used like a ton of the grip stuff and knows about all the grip things. But I think over time he's like, well, that's not useful. That's not useful. And he's sort of just like,
these are the 12 things.
Gotten rid of the things that you don't need, and he's narrowed it down to a very small portion of things that'll get your grip insanely strong.
Yeah.
So that was very impressive to me. Yeah, it was how small his collection was.
Hey, all he needs is just the inch bell and then a 45-pound plate, and he's good to go. He's like, I got all of y'all beat. That inch bell, I'm telling you, man, I can't wait to get it. I finally managed to order one through a buddy of mine, and just waiting on it to show up.
It's a giant paperweight for us.
Yeah, it's a giant paperweight for sure.
I'm pretty sure mine will be the same way too. Until I master it, like all the beasts out there.
Exactly. We'll get it one day. I'll get it. I know I will.
Oh yeah. Just got to be consistent, and we'll get it.
I have decent sized hands, so that helps.
Yeah, yeah, same here.
But then I got the idea. Let's compete at the 100-kilogram weight class. I went from the heavyweight down on, going all the way down to the 100-kilo class. So that's going to be fun.
Oh man, so you're in the same weight class as me.
Yeah.
Yep. Same weight class as I am now.
Nice.
So that's pretty fun. Yeah.
Nice. Right
So
on.
if you could start your training all over again now, what would you do different than what you've done in the past?
Oh, definitely get into strongman and grip. That way I can tell the future or the present me, hey, your numbers are going to be better than what they are now.
Yeah.
So rest assured. So I would definitely start that. I would get more feedback from people rather than just like kind of keeping my head low and doing my own thing, and just kind of be more outgoing and whatnot. Because I'm that type of person where, if I don't know someone, I'm just quiet around them until like they talk to me, or I'll just be like, hey, how's it going? That's about it. And then once they start engaging in conversation, then that's when I open up. So I would definitely change that and not be stupid as far as like, hey, I'm just gonna hit arms and chest and that's it. That's all there is to it. But just expand everything, go in the world of powerlifting, then strongman, and then arm lifting.
Don't you know those are two lifts that look good for the ladies? That's why we get chest and arms all the time.
Yeah, dude, that's the only thing that was on my mind at that time. When you're in your like teens and 20s, you're just like, yep, I'm just gonna lift and get some big old arms that hug the sleeves, and
right.
big old chest to look intimidating and whatnot. And
then I'm gonna go down a shirt size.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm gonna start shopping at the Baby Gap. Start wearing mediums and whatnot. So
exactly.
So
during your training endeavors, have you ever discovered something that's unconventional or just out of the norm that you'd say tremendously improved your lifting ability?
To be honest, no. I've never looked at it like as far as like unconventional, or I've just done it. Like I'm like, I'm that type of person where it's like, let me give it a try. If I suck at it, I'm just gonna keep trying to see if I hit the numbers or see my numbers increase. And there's a lot of weird stuff like when it comes to
said, just consistency.
Yeah.
It.
Oh
just
yeah.
Consistency, man.
Oh yeah. You look at some stuff out there like the Hub or Arm Assassins Logan lift, and you're like the Logan lift.
That's a brutal one. The Logan lift.
Yeah, that I'm like, okay, so it's like, okay, grab your hands like this, and all it is just holding this.
Wolverine claws.
Yeah, well, it's just like your phalanges basically just doing the work. It's like if you've got no meat like around your fingers or no fat or anything like that, you're gonna feel it.
Ouch.
At first. Yeah, until your hands like just adapt to it little by little. And I would say, if you wanted to use that as an answer, I would definitely say something like that. But I'm just like, you know what? You just forget about the pain and just pull. And and you start out, you start out small with like lighter weight, and then you just work your way up.
I make fun of this guy because he's really abnormally good at key pinch, and I'm like, what the hell are you ever gonna do with key pinch? I'm glad you could lift 7 pounds on key pinch, and I could only lift like 3. But
hey, don't let him make fun of you, because hey, if you one day want to play guitar and you want to just keep playing and playing and never stop, you got to hold that pick and you got to hold those strings down, because like that's my background. Yeah, my pinch is okay, but like a lot of people are just like, so what's your background? Like, are you there's like a lot of climbers like Jay Ripley and a few other people out there that like do climbing, and they've got ungodly grip and pinch strength, and I'm like, where did that come from? Oh, I'm a climber. It's like, oh, okay, that's awesome. What about you? I'm a guitar player. I've been playing since like I was 12, and still playing. It's just like, some people are like, oh, really? Yeah, that's pretty cool. But others are like, well, how was that? Like, what does that have to do with anything with like arm lifting or pinching and stuff like? It's like, wait a second, hold on. It's like, you do realize that it takes wrist strength
constantly.
Constantly, yeah. And I used to play a lot of shows when I was like in different bands, and it would just be endless, like hours upon hours playing shows, or like one day to the other, going from one place to another, playing different shows. So like you got to use pinch strength, wrist strength.
Well, I think it's going to cut us off in about like 4.5 minutes on this.
We'll just restart a new one.
Oh, okay. All right.
So if we disappear, we'll get you.
Okay. Yeah.
But
so
yeah, speaking of just lifestyle and what you've done in the background, my brother-in-law is a long time SWAT officer and used to train cops how to shoot and all that. And we're trying to hub 45s and I could finally get it. And he comes over and works out with us one day and he's like, "Oh, I've never tried that. Let me try it." Just picks it up, no problem. And I'm like, "You little." He's
yeah,
like,
that's crazy, man.
probably from holding, all the guns and shooting and all the recoil. He's like, it has to get strong somehow.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've seen people like that will come over and just be like, "Hey man, what are you doing? What's this?" And then they'll just like rip this much weight, like more than me. I'm like, what the heck is going on? Like my fiance, like I'm trying to get her because like into arm lifting and whatnot, and maybe to compete one day, but she's like, no, 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 I'm not into it, or I don't feel like competing. And finally she's just like, all right, let me give it a try. And I was like, all right. So the first thing I threw her on, of course, was the Rolling Thunder. And I was like, let's give it a try. So I put on like 5 pounds, or 10 pounds. And I was just like, okay, I'll just put this much on. And she just ripped it like nothing. It's like, oh, okay, do you want me to put more? She's like, yeah, put more on the pin. And I'm like, okay. I put like, I don't know, 60, 70 pounds or something. And she just ripped out like a champ. And I'm like, that's not bad for a newbie. So, you want to do arm lifting? She's like, no, I don't want to compete. I'm like, no, my friends are just like, it's a slow process, man. Just little by little, just keep chipping away at it. We need more females in arm lifting. And I'm like,
Yes,
dude,
we
I am
do.
trying.
Yeah.
I am trying my hardest.
Absolutely.
We have a gal that we work out with here that was at the Arnold. So that was really cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So-
Is that Brittany?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wally? Okay. Yeah, I remember like a while back, like when I first added you guys on Instagram. I can't remember which one I was talking to, which one of you guys, but I said, "Are you guys gonna be at the Arnold?" And you're like, "No, but someone that we know, one of our
Mhm.
friends is." And then you like mentioned the name, like her and Jeff. I think it's Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff.
Jeff Walling. Yeah. And I like saw both of them. Like I knew that
Yeah.
Brittany was competing, but then I saw Jeff. Didn't get to talk to him, but just seen him around or
He's a
whatnot.
really cool dude. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
then
yeah. Really.
We had
really cool people.
another guy qualified for it, but he couldn't make it. He had some other competitions he was doing. Joey Stamke comes out
Okay,
over
yeah.
and does competitions with us, and he'll do.
Nice.
He made it to the Arnold, but didn't end up going.
Also, both the Muncies. They're from our state.
Yeah.
Yeah, saw
Yeah.
them. Yeah. Adam, right? Adam Muncie?
Andy.
Andy.
Andy Muncie, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, and his wife, who's also very good at grip sport and arm lifting. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, she killed it. Like, because I remember
Yeah.
the first day I ended up helping and just, like watching all the women. And then I think it was the lighter, like the 80 kilogram class, and the 70 men's, and I think the 80 men's as well after that. So I got to like help out with that and just be like a spotter, loader, and whatnot, which was pretty fun. Be like right up close to watch that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So, what do you think is the most important piece of equipment in your home gym, and why?
Ooh, well, that's a tough one, fellas. I mean, I was gonna do this in the garage, but it might have been just too much echo and just be like, look at all the grip stuff that I have, and but I definitely have to say the rack, man, because without a rack, you can't do nothing. I mean, who's gonna spot you if you're working out in the garage by yourself? How are you gonna squat? How are you gonna bench?
Been trying to get my dog to spot me, but it hasn't worked yet. So
Yeah, you and me both. We need to put them to work, living
That's
rent
right.
free. It's like, come on, do something, man. So, but yeah, I would say the rack, man. Even though this pertains mostly